Hello, my name is Bettis. For my project narrative, I wanted to propose a Maritzo community ranch. So first we'll go ahead and dive into the community of Maritzo. We'll define it using numbers. So according to the 2020 census of Guam, the population of Maritzo is about 1,500 people. Otherwise, I couldn't really find much information, and that doesn't tell us much. When I type in demographics of Maritzo, I find historical information, tourist attractions, and hiking spots. I do not find what I want to find, which would be a breakdown of the different kinds of ethnicities, genders, occupations, businesses, nor general information that of the people that make up the community. So why did I choose Maritzo? To put it simply, it is my home. It's my community, so I feel more invested in it than other villages. Also, I think Maritzo is a small enough village where the community can be engaged and ignite change within itself, as well as a large enough community where that spread could change and impact others. In addition, the location of Maritzo being the southernmost point of Guam, not counting Cocos Island, gets impacted the most by the issues that I will be bringing to light. So, the community issue I would like to address for Maritzo is food as it relates to the community's health. A little bit of data here. According to healthdata.org, the leading causes of death on Guam are heart disease, stroke, kidney disease, lung cancer, and diabetes. In addition, according to research done by UOG in 2020, more than 27% of children living on Guam between the ages of 2 to 8 were found to be obese or overweight. That 99% of children did not consume the recommended daily fruit and vegetable intake. Now, this data reflects Guam as a whole, but I don't think it would be too far off to say that Maritzo probably is facing the same health issues, health concerns. And I think that issue is linked to diet. So Maritzo has it has 4 stores, 4 mom and pop stores. I went to each of these stores, took pictures of the different aisles, and what I found, and what I already knew, really, was that it's just filled with plastic bottled, candy wrapped, endless frozen, canned, chip bagged, artificially flavored foods high in sugar, fat, and or sodium. Almost all imported. I actually don't recall seeing anything food-wise that was from here, grown here, produced here. So Maritzo is a bit of a drive to the nearest grocery store, so a store that would have produce, which would be Payless, Sumai Payless. That's about 30 minutes away. And there is one store in Maritzo, Papanituk, that offers produce. I'm not going to say fresh because I have not seen any local produce. But on the image on the right, you can see it there. This is the section of produce that they offer. Actually, they do also offer potatoes, garlic, and bananas, I believe, that are not from here. So that is the fresh produce that people in Maritzo have access to. I also would like to point out this image on the left, displaying beer and cigarettes that can be found on each of the stores in Maritzo. I just find that it's kind of an inappropriate, what would be the word? Presence, I guess. A lot of the times it's just children running in for their parents, grabbing something. So just as a side note, I think this contributes to the health concerns as well. how we normalize the alcohol and the cigarettes, and just kind of accept it into our culture and daily life. But back to the food. So again, it's just a bunch of imported nutrient deficient options. And I find that because of this, the community faces dire health concerns. Now, I was pregnant in 2019, and I would constantly crave fresh fruit. And so this is what started my awareness to this issue. When I had a craving, we'd go to the store, and I couldn't find anything. I tried out a bunch of different foods here, and none of them went down well, put it nicely. My body would not take almost any of these products. And I realized they all had some sort of preservative, artificial flavors, or it would say, it's aloe vera water juice and it's predominantly sugar. So I got into the habit of reading the labels and the ingredients, and found that it was quite disturbing, but also not surprising how the condition of the community is here as far as health. So moving on, I would notice that my own family members, as well as others who weren't very old, would be encountering extreme health issues and health concerns, most of which were related to diet and exercise. Now, there are local produce sold at fruit stands in Maritzo. I know of 3. One is newish. Actually, 2 are new as of last year. But they mostly cater to tourists, so the prices can be quite expensive. But those are the only known local produce stands in Maritzo. With that in mind, Maritzo has countless mango trees, papaya, calamansi, coconut, hibiscus, banana, dunny, and a bunch more that I probably couldn't identify, but I often see a lot of that produce just go to waste. The fruit is rotting on the road. So with this project, I want to present a community ranch that encourages and allows the community access to affordable local food. Ideally, it would be run by agriculture students and potentially teachers. The community members would learn about proper nutrition and sustainability, and then they would gain hands-on experience working the land. So they would be volunteering pretty much to maintain the land, and they would have access to whatever produce they'd want from the harvest that day or whatever. The idea would be that all of the produce gathered would supply the community and encourage others to either grow their own or at least harvest what they're not harvesting that is already growing, learn how to take care of it without, like an outside guidance. So again, being sustainable, teaching them how to save seeds, just really educating them about how to help themselves. In addition, the ranch would encourage community discussion and also do workshops regarding nutrition, maybe giving examples of recipes using the produce that we have, just trying to give as much information to the community about how to live sustainably and provide themselves with a nutrient-dense diet. And on top of that, they would be outside and getting some exercise in as well. So it's kind of quite a few benefits rolled up into one. Another aspect of it would be that we could provide the produce for the community mom and pop stores. So the 4 stores I was talking about, we could offer or supply them with some of our produce. And ideally, it would be either free or at an affordable price. And I'm not sure how to do that yet. But people need to be able to have access to fresh produce. And it's really expensive on Guam. So the goal of this would be to give that and provide that to the community, and just bring people back, revive the connection with the land. So to keep track of our progress, to have an idea of whether or not it's effective, I imagine that the program would be established, quote, I'm using air quotes, anywhere from 6 months to a year, and we would be aware of that through a log sheet. So we'd track volunteer hours, and keep an eye on who shows up, and I would say maybe like 80% of the community of 1,500 people showed up, then that would be an established change. And we could conduct surveys to gather information from members, their thoughts, things that they would find to be helpful, things that they want to learn personally, plants that they may want to try, whatever comments that they'd like to give, and if they're learning anything, if they're benefiting from it, to get an idea of how to adapt whatever we are doing to better fit the community. And then another aspect would be to monitor the health of people who give consent. So we would maybe pick a group of 10 to 15 people and have their health information, and over a span of the 6 months or a year, we would see how their health changes over that time or doesn't change, and see if the activities and the interactions that occur help or stagnate their health. So community capitals utilized, I would think that all of them would be so natural. We'd be using the land and the water. Social capital, we'd be networking, building trust with the community and other organizations, bonding. Political capital, we'd utilize that to have an influential role, bring to light our mission, and someone in a place of power could help with funding or just getting the community more involved. Built capital, we need to construct utilities and structures, establish a water system for the plants. Human capital, of course, all the people that would be involved, their education that they're bringing, their experience, their skills, and then the community members, they're volunteering, so they're bringing their time and their effort. Cultural capital, we need to touch on, as it is a returning to the land, it is an encouraging to get back in touch with our roots and kind of give a revival to our culture. And when we have fiestas, it's not just KFC and a bunch of meats and fattening foods. It can be fresh and light and healthy. And then financial capital is another to be utilized, of course, because we will need to pay the people that would be running it. And then also, whatever power, whatever vehicle we would get would need gas. so on and so forth. Who is impacted by this? So everyone in the community would be impacted by this. I have an image of the school here, one of the convenience stores, Papanizak. The bottom right is an image from a crab festival that I found. The top left has our mayor. It would impact everyone in the community and affect and benefit them. It couldn't hurt to provide another option for our opportunity for health. I think it's imperative that we face these conditions head on and do something about them, because otherwise people will just continue to decline in their health. A change needs to occur. It can only benefit the community, the children especially. Like I pointed out, too high percentage of children on Guam, I know it's not retail, but on Guam have experience obesity, or they don't eat the amount of fruits and vegetables that they really should be. And so we need to expose and provide those opportunities to the community, because we're not right now. We're not giving people the chance to get what they need at an affordable price in a trustworthy way. So yeah, I think I would hope that a lot of people would support it. I mean, there are other organizations on Guam, Farms to Table, Guahan Sustainable, that are trying to push these ideals and trying to get people to help themselves make better choices. People that would oppose it would probably be the companies selling us the imported products. I don't know much about the politics of it. I'm sure there's more to it, but I don't care, because these people don't seem to care about the community. If they did, then there would not be the presence of what there is in the stores right now. That's the limitations of what people have access to and what people are constantly exposed to is it's not okay. So yeah. Oh, that's it. I'm very passionate about this. Thank you.